Good morning and welcome to your Daily Sparks. I heard about a lady called Dee Jepsen who was serving as an assistant to her husband, who was a US Senator. But when they moved to Washington, D.C., she quickly became aware of the political wheeling and dealing that was the name of the game, with always trying to gain influence, always trying to move ahead with high-ranking officials. Jesus' message of servanthood seemed entirely out of place in that sort of environment until one day Dee observed an honoured guest's visit to the city. And she said this: "The unimportance of sophistication was brought home to me. A Capitol Hill luncheon for Mother Teresa." So she got to meet Mother Teresa. In came this tiny woman, even smaller than I had expected, wearing that familiar blue and white habit. Over it was a grey sweater that had seen many better days, which she wore again to the White House the next day. And as that little woman walked into the room, her bare feet in worn sandals, I saw some of the most powerful leaders in this country stand to their feet with tears in their eyes just to be in her presence. Then she writes this: "As I listened that afternoon, I thought, don't forget this, Dee. Here in this little woman who doesn't want a thing, never asked for anything for herself, never demanded anything or shook her fist in anger, here is real power." It was a paradox. She had reached down into the gutter and loved and given everything that she had. She had loved those the world sees as unlovable, the desolate, the dying, because they are created in the image of the God whom she serves. So ironically, this woman seeks nothing for herself, Dee writes, but she's been raised to the pinnacle of world recognition, received a Nobel Peace Prize, and is a figure known to most people the world over, at least in the Western world certainly, and a figure who is also revered by many. She has nothing, yet in a strange way, she has everything. What a great thought to go into this day with. Mother Teresa physically had nothing. A little tiny, poor lady. But spiritually, she had so much more than most people around her, and she was revered and honoured for the work that she'd done for the poor. As you go into this day, realise we have a treasure within us. Doesn't matter what they think. We don't have to mix it with them and try and get places and try and influence it. We have the treasure within us. So let's just live our life and shine. God bless you. We'll see you tomorrow on Sparks.